Now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen,
Cheetah, gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Smack with Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Jeter, all that. The 7 C's continues. The constant consistent continuous content creation campaign continues. That's the 7 C's. That's what I was trying to say. And I've heard recently, since Cam and Mase been doing their podcast thing, a story kind of break of Big L robbing Mase one day. They laughed about it like it was nothing major. So when I seen this title, I was like, this is interesting. It said he terrorized Nas, robbed Mase, and it's a few other things. It's the story of Big L, man. Rest in peace, Big L. He had bars. You could tell he had much respect in New York. Probably would have been a different landscape had he not lost his life as far as who the legends emerged to be in that era. But with no further ado, let's see what Big L has been up to.
When I put out this album, I'm gonna go gold because the time is now. The time wasn't right then, you know what I'm saying? It was a little off.
It's crazy. Aspirations was gold. He wasn't even thinking platinum.
The time is now.
They beat the nigga so bad, he told us who did it. He told, it got back to the city that the guys that did it, it was like, yo, Big L did that.
Every time I went to Harlem to see Big L that he was gonna fight, he thought he was fighting your size, like the biggest in the world. He's like this. I'm like, oh my God.
Big L was the it rapper, known for his razor-sharp lyricism and storytelling.
When you roll ranks, we roll fives. There's no comparison, son. Just embarrassing. I'm running with some of the bad men in the whole.
But there's another side to Big L that many don't talk about. See, he had one foot in the rap game and the other firmly planted in the streets. And a lot of big names in the game will tell you just how serious he was, from being unafraid to throw hands with anyone.
Yo, this Al is crazy, man. He was a big gambler. You know, Big Al would gamble all the time, and, you know, he would fight like big.
To allegedly robbing Mase and even Biggie.
When the dude get locked up, he goes into jail, start calling me, yo, in here that just took y'all watch or something, you know. And got crazy on the dude in jail. They beat the so bad, he told us who did it. He told, it got back to the city that the guys that did it, it was like, yo, Big L did that.
Let's get into it. Even though Big L had started gaining some real momentum in the rap game, he never completely left the streets behind. Coming up in Harlem, he was part of a street crew called NFL, which was led by his older brother Big Lee. Because of that, L was involved in a few street situations that got
NFL, I don't know what that means. Sound like for life. Is that true or not? Let me know in the comments.
messy. One of the most talked about was his fallout with Mase. In 2024, Mase
AI make me sick. Mase. It's Mase. AI face.
opened up about their rocky history during an episode of It Is What It Is. Both he and Big L were Harlem natives and early collaborators in a group called Children of the Corn, which also included Camron, Bloodshed, and Herb McGruff. The crew came together in the early 90s, around 1993. But even before that, L had already built a name for himself in the underground rap scene, spitting on mixtapes and making waves with his insane wordplay. He eventually dropped his debut album, Lifestyles OV de Poor and Dangerous, in 1995, earning him critical respect and street credibility. A year later, Mase took a different route and signed with Bad Boy Records in 1996. Almost overnight, he became a commercial superstar. That's when the friendship between him and Big L started to shift. According to Mase, things got weird once the fame kicked in. This was when I first got on, because before we got...
It's crazy. Our last reaction was Lefty Gunplay talking about similar situations with Pun and how you get on and relationships change, regardless of who you want to put the blame on, yourself or the other people. Shit change when you come up on my mama. It gets different. It gets tricky. It gets Mickey.
On, L was the guy, adding, he took us everywhere, to Bobbido and different places to rap. And then when I got on, it was like the whole wave changed. Like, this is what it looks like when a dude really get on. So me and L would get into it.
Before we got on, it was like L.
Yeah.
He was a guy, he took us everywhere to rap. And then when I got on, it was like the whole wave changed. It was like, this is what it looks like when a really get on.
Mase also mentioned that he noticed Big L incorporating some of his own rhyme techniques into his bars. He started using a few of my lyrics, like different compounds that I was using, he said, adding, that's when you make two words rap at the same time. So I checked the dude.
He started using a few of my lyrics, like different compounds that I was using. That's when you make two words rap at the same time. So I checked the nigga.
Not just words, syllables.
Yeah, syllables.
But
What do you mean? Like, back up, act up. What do you mean, like, mac up, back? I don't know what they're actually referring to.
According to Mase, that conversation didn't go too well. Tension stayed high, and things escalated shortly after. Apparently, Big L wasn't trying to hear the criticism and decided to bring in some backup. Mase claimed that L went and got Fat Joe, who was part of the Bronx-based rap crew DIT.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
TC with L. Mase recalled the moment vividly. I told L, I'll knock you out. You know I know you, dude. He went and got Fat Joe on me. He went and got some Bronx dudes because he couldn't find nobody. Adding, next thing I know I'm in the tunnel and the dude Fat Joe come up to me, he says. But that wasn't the only time their paths clashed. There was another incident, this one a lot more.
Out of the story in there, I told y'all, Fat Joe is notorious for having tension with dudes. And then when he see him, according to him, he see him, it's like, you know I love you. Oh, blah.
Serious. Mase talked about being back in Harlem one day, kicking it with his childhood friend, God Sham God, who would later go on to become an assistant coach for the Dallas Mavericks. They were just hanging out in the neighborhood when a robbery went down.
And I walked up 40th on 7th to 41st, and a Spanish just run out of nowhere like, yo, give it up, I'm gonna kill both of you.
Mase said he tried to buy time. He slowly removed the watch and tossed it near a car tire before making a run for it with Sham God. Luckily, police were close by and caught the would-be robber not too far from the scene, and they also recovered the watch. But what happened next shocked him. A little while later, Mase started getting phone calls from people he knew who were locked up in the...
Is anyone questioning whether or not Mase identified, cooperated, pressed charges? Or it don't matter? I'm just asking, you know?
same facility as the stick-up kid. They told him that during a jailhouse beatdown, the guy confessed something wild. Big L had allegedly set the whole thing up.
They beat the so bad, he told us who did it. He told, it got back to the city that the guys that did it, it was like, yo, Big L did that.
Fat Joe would later back up this story during an interview, offering his own perspective on how things went down that night. According to Joe, he felt like Big L had low-key set him up. He recalled how L approached him at the tunnel one night saying he had some drama and needed backup. Joe, being tight with L through their DITC connection, pulled up with his guys, ready to handle whatever.
So L come over to me, right? He like, yo, Crack, I need you. I said, yo, what's up? You know, Big L, my little brother. Yeah. I said, yo, L, what's up? Nah. I got to holler at these this and this and that.
But once he got there, Joe said he was blindsided. The so-called beef L needed help with turned out to be with Mase. Joe wasn't expecting that. He stood there watching the two Harlem natives go back and forth while L got aggressive and looked to Joe for backup, almost like he was signaling him to jump in.
Pulls up to Mason Bector, man.
Oh, man.
And I'm standing with L.
Joe admitted that moment probably changed how Mase saw him forever. From that day on, he felt like Mase never fully trusted him again. Looking back, Joe admitted it was a foul situation, one he had no idea he was walking into. Then there was the
Sucker shit.
rumor-filled tension between Big L and the Notorious B.I.G., a situation that, while never confirmed as full-blown beef, had some questions.
If he pulled up there unexpected and he got love for Mase, it's easy to let that be known. Like, oh, snap. I ain't know it was you, son. Yo, L. Yo, I got to step back. Yo, it's my man's too. It's between y'all. But he was a coward. He sit there, didn't know how to act, wanted to impress Big L so bad. He stood there like he was with him, but really didn't want to offend Mase and waited till he got opportunity to say, yo, Mason Bethy, you know I love you, son. That nigga soft. Word is bond.
Questionable moments that got the streets talking. So apparently, before Biggie ever became the face of Bad Boy Records, Diddy was actually interested in signing Big L. This was back in the early 90s when Diddy was still at Uptown Records, but by 1992, Big L had already locked in a deal with Columbia, so that opportunity never materialized. A little while later, Diddy would meet Biggie, and when he eventually launched Bad Boy Records, Biggie became one of the label's flagship artists. From that point on, Biggie's career skyrocketed, with massive commercial success. Now, aside from both having Big in their names, Big L and Biggie shared a lot in common. Both were lyrical monsters, respected heavyweights in the New York rap scene, and both had strong ties with Jay-Z. Jay sparred lyrically with Biggie a few times, most famously on tracks like Brooklyn's Finest. But he also had a long history with Big L. Who could forget that legendary 1995 freestyle session on Stretch and Bobbito's show where Jay-Z and Big L went back and forth? A lot of people who heard it still argue that Big L got the upper hand.
Big L, man, y'all niggas is wild. Yo, Jay, man, that Jay need to get up to Big L anytime here.
Biggie may have taken the mainstream route, while Big L stayed more underground, but their paths still crossed. It's said that Big L even opened up a few shows for Biggie while he was on tour, proof that there was at least a professional relationship at some point. But things got tricky around the time Big L released his debut album, Lifestyle's O.V. de Poor and Dangerous, in 1995. One of the standout tracks on the project was MVP, which sampled DeBarge's Stay With Me. Not long after, Biggie dropped One More Chance, which used the same sample. Some fans and insiders believe Biggie's record may have been inspired, if not directly influenced, by MVP. While Big L never publicly addressed this, whispers say the overlap caused a bit of friction, not necessarily between L and Biggie themselves, but between their crews. That's where things allegedly got real. Big L's older brother, Big Lee, had a close friend in the streets named Reg. Reg was affiliated with L's Harlem crew, NFL, and had ties to heavy street names like Black Just from the Supreme Team. Around this time, word is that Reg ran into a junior mafia member at a local Chinese spot. Supposedly, he gave dude a hard body shot to freeze him up, pulled a strap, and robbed him for his chain. The wild part was that the chain was rumored to be one Biggie was seen wearing in an episode of Martin. After the incident, the junior mafia crew was heated and went looking for Reg to try and get the chain back. But Reg wasn't budging. According to Street Talk, he basically said, if they want it back, they'll have to come get it in blood. It was up for anyone who wanted to test it. Now, the Tunnel nightclub in NYC was the place to be on Sunday nights back then, and Big L was a regular. Sources say that whenever he hit the spot, he'd ask Reg to borrow a chain, most likely to keep up appearances. Rumor has it the chain L wore on some of those nights was the same one that had been taken from Junior Mafia, possibly owned by Biggie. But at the end of the day, all that street drama and rumors don't define Big L. What really made him stand out and what people remember most is his raw talent and passion for rap. He genuinely loved the craft, and you could hear it in every bar he spit. That's what earned him real respect in the game. Big L, Born Lamont Coleman on May 30th, 1974 in Harlem, New York, was the youngest of 3 kids in a family that faced its share of struggles. His father left the family when L was just a child, leaving his mother to raise him and his 2 older brothers on her own. They lived in a small 2-room apartment on 139th Street and Lenox Avenue, a place that would later become legendary as the heart of Big L's story. Growing up, Lamont was often called Little L because he was the baby of the family. But even as a kid, he had a spark about him. One moment that changed everything for young L came when his older brother Donald Finnezy took him to see Run DMC perform at the Beacon Theater. L was just 7 years old, but that night left a lasting impression on him. Watching the iconic group perform on stage lit a fire inside him and planted the idea that maybe one day he could be up there too. By the time he was 12, Big L had become obsessed with hip-hop. He spent hours listening to music, studying lyrics, and freestyling with friends in his neighborhood. It wasn't just a hobby. It was a passion that grew stronger every day. In 1990, at the age of 16, he started putting pen to paper, writing down rhymes and sharpening his craft. Around the same time, he formed his first rap group, 3 the Hard Way, with 2 friends, Doc Ream and Rodney. But the group didn't last long. While L was determined and serious about making it in music, his friends weren't as enthusiastic. After Rodney left, the group was rebranded as 2 Hard Motherfuckers, but even that didn't last long. Still, these early experiences taught
I could relate to that early on, high school days, rap groups, my partners who didn't really care about rap like me. I used to have 4 or 5 people in the rap group, and I used to write all the raps. Young. Used to have rehearsals. They'd memorize them. We'd do performances, talent shows, Poetic Mafia. And a lot of times, we was performing at like private schools and church functions, and they didn't want to. I remember I had a lot of PM hats made and shit for Poetic Mafia. And I remember one of the announcers for Poetic, he was like, man, Poetic Mafia, man, don't make me go out there and say that, brother. He was like, come up with something else. On the spot, I came up with Poetic Mist, M-I-S-T. And that's what we was from that point on, Poetic Mist. But yeah, my mama, I got a couple photographs. I might take the time to go find and insert right here.
L valuable lessons about perseverance and focus. In the summer of 1990, Big L's life took a major turn when he met Lord Finesse, a rapper and producer who was already making waves in the hip-hop scene. The two met at an autograph signing at a record shop on 125th Street. L, never one to let an opportunity slip by, decided to spit a freestyle right then and there. Finesse was so impressed that he exchanged numbers.
Oh, my mama, that's how I got my situations moved. With Suge, Buck, 50, freestyle on the spot. That's how it all advanced and progressed.
With L, a move that would later open doors for the young rapper.
Finesse in a record store, I told him nice, put me on, he told me to drop for him, I dropped, he liked it. We exchanged numbers, he started letting me open his shows. Then he put me on his remix single and all that.
Meanwhile, L was still balancing school and his budding rap career. He attended Julia Richmond High School, where he continued to develop his skills. He graduated in 1992, but even during his school years, he was making a name for himself in Harlem. L was known for his freestyle battles, often rhyming in the hallways, on street corners, or at house and block parties. In his last interview, L reflected on those early days, saying, "In the beginning, all I ever saw me doing was battling everybody on the street corners, rhyming in the hallways, beating on the wall, rhyming to my friends. Every now and then, a house party, grab the mic, a block party, grab the mic." By 1992, Big L was making serious moves in the rap game, recording demos that would later find their way onto his iconic debut album, Lifestyle's OV Da Poor and Dangerous. That same year, he made an appearance on Yo MTV Raps alongside his mentor, Lord Finesse, to promote Finesse's album, Return of the Funky Man. Big L's first real taste of professional success came when he was featured on the remix of Yes You May, the B-side to Lord Finesse's track Party Over Here. Later, he landed his first album feature on Represent from Showbiz and a .G quote, S Runaway Slave. These moments were just the start of what would soon become a meteoric rise for the Harlem lyricist. Around this time, L's skills were undeniable. He entered a freestyle battle hosted by Nubian Productions, where he outshined nearly 2,000 other contestants to take the top prize. That win proved what Harlem already knew. Big L was a lyrical heavyweight.
So, hey,
tapes, we sold pies. When you roll bikes, we drove fives. There's no comparison, son, just embarrassing. I'm running.
In 1993, Columbia Records signed him, marking the beginning of his journey into the mainstream. Shortly after, he dropped his first promotional single, Devil's Son. The track, which L called one of the first horrorcore songs, drew.
And they ain't mentioned Nas yet, but his name was in the title. He terrorized Nas. And I just saw the contrast with Nas' album God's Son and Big L, The Devil's Son. That's crazy.
Drew inspiration from his love of horror films and the harsh realities he witnessed growing up in Harlem. While it gained attention for its dark themes, L made it clear that horrorcore wasn't his preferred style. He was all about versatility. In the same year, Big L brought together some of Harlem's finest talent to form the rap group Children of the Corn, COC. The group included future stars Camron, Killa Cam, Ma Dollar E, Murda Mase, Bloodshed, and McGruff. Together, they started carving out a name for themselves, but the group's momentum slowed when Bloodshed tragically passed away in a car accident in 1997. In 1994, Big L released his second promotional single, I Shoulda Used a Rubba, a cautionary tale wrapped in his signature wit and storytelling. By 1995, he dropped his debut album, Lifestyle's OV de Poor and Dangerous, which debuted at hash 149 on the Billboard 200 and climbed to hash 22 on the top R&B/hip-hop albums chart. The album delivered classics like Put It On and MVP, both of which became hits on the Billboard Hot Rap Tracks. Despite its moderate commercial success, Lifestyles cemented Big L as one of hip-hop's most promising talents, with his sharp punchlines and intricate wordplay setting him apart. Unfortunately, disputes with Columbia Records over creative control led to Big L being dropped from the label in 1996. Reflecting on the situation, L explained that he felt out of place at Columbia, where he was surrounded by executives who didn't truly understand his vision or his music. Even without a major label, L wasn't about to slow down. In 1997, he began working on his second studio album, The Big Picture. That same year, he joined the Diggin' in the Crates crew, DITC, appearing in On The Go magazine and collaborating with members like OC on tracks such as Dangerous. He even toured Europe with OC as the opening act for his Jules tour. In 1998, Big L took matters into his own hands and launched his independent label, Flamboyant Entertainment. The goal was simple.
That would not be the word to choose these days. Crazy how time passed. I then took the rainbow and the word flamboyant.
To deliver authentic hip-hop without relying on mainstream gimmicks like top 40 samples or R&B hooks. Under Flamboyant, L released the iconic track Ebonics, a song that broke down African-American vernacular English with his signature cleverness. The song was praised by The Source as one of the top 5 independent singles of the year and further solidified his status as a lyrical genius. Around this time, Damon Dash, the CEO of Rockefeller Records, took notice of Big L's talent and made an offer to sign him. L was interested, but had one condition. He wanted his crew to come with him. In February 1999, he began the process of signing to Rockefeller alongside Herb McGruff, C-Town, and Jay-Z as a collective called the Wolf Pack. It seemed like Big L was finally on the verge of reaching the massive mainstream success he deserved. Tragically, before any of those plans could come to fruition, Big L's life was cut short.
Damn, they worked this on the Nas name. I don't remember, unless I missed it. Y'all let me know if I missed it. I don't remember mentioning Nas. They worked this. That's crazy. Rest in peace, Big L. He lost his life, I think, due to violence. And a lot of time, that's just part of war.
Yeah, that. Send your troops, cause we get busy, we don't play about shit. Let the busters off the hook and catch the big fish. Yeah, that. Send your troops, cause we get busy, we don't play about shit. Let the busters off the hook and catch the big fish. Patron with the lemon twist, just hit a big lick. All in Vegas got me feeling like a rich crip. Hold on, same jersey, I ain't never switched. Stay at the gun range, I promise I don't never miss. I dare a nigga to pull up on my passenger seat. The block full of hot boys, it's like 400 degrees. Been gangbanging since a juvenile, check the files. It's gonna be some shit you gon' see that make it hard to smile. Like Pac said, a whole lot of bloodshed is part of war. Like UPS, show up at your door, special delivery. Mac with the shoulder strap, feeling like it's 10 of me. Bomb cushion Hennessy in my system, that chopper got distance. No James Bond, but I'm back on my mission. My uniform be the Michigan, counting money. And they gon' post it on my Snapchat to count funny. Hell no, I know my mathematics be in public. They always ask me if I'm still rapping, still crippin'. I ain't no rapper, better check my status. Show up at the meetings, phone season be the reason. Baby mama still can't believe that nigga stop breathing. We don't wanna get even, we tryna get over. It's war with the enemies, but with the homies, squabble from the shoulder. I hit a lick and pass, call my loc like nigga we up. Feeling like Kobe in the last game. Cause I go hard in the clip. These niggas mutts, I hang with pit bulls and Rottweilers. Type to squabble up and bomb on niggas like Deontay Wilder. That 40 bark and it get louder and louder. Shot spotters going off, the neighbors waking up and coming out of their houses. Yeah, this shit fucked up. That's just how the ball bounce. Shooting dice for 4 hours and smoked up a whole ounce. Popped the top off the Remy, feeling like that Charger with the Hemi. Squabble good, losses I can't name any. Chin up, chest out, niggas just be chasing clout. Better use that GPS, I make a nigga switch routes. Free the tiny match like Baby Psych and Bad News. Hurt my motherfucking soul when I heard that bad news. Shining with a rollie on, smash like Donkey Kong. Every time we went on them missions, we brought a trophy home, a lonely road. Nightmares that the homie told, cause I fucked the bitch that he loved, and I ain't even know it. I been through so much pain, but I don't even show it. Don't ask me if I want some get back, nigga, you know it. It's part of war. Show up at your front door. It's part of war. What the fuck you think we do it for? It's part of war. Little homies trying to up the score. It's part of war. My nigga, we love war.
Neighborhood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the fuck?
My nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Neighborhood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Neighborhood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's